Medical disclaimer. The information presented in this channel is for educational purposes only. It is not intended as medical diagnostic or prescribing procedures.
The glycogen factor and stored water. Fat loss program. One of the primary advantages of including carbohydrates in your fat loss diet is their role in maintaining muscle glycogen stores. Glycogen is stored carbohydrates. Your body can store approximately 400 to 500 grams of glycogen in muscles and 80 to 120 grams in the liver. Interestingly, each gram of glycogen is stored with about 3 grams of water, which means that 500 to 600 grams of glycogen can account for 3 to 4 pounds of your body weight. This glycogen-water relationship explains why people on low-carb diets often see rapid initial weight loss. As the body burns through stored glycogen, since you aren't consuming carbs, the body releases the associated water, leading to a quick drop in scale weight. However, this initial drop is primarily water loss, not fat loss. Fat loss would of course come over time if stay in a calorie deficit. But by maintaining carbohydrate intake, you ensure that your weight loss comes primarily from fat stores rather than this initial water weight. Plus, keeping your glycogen stores replenished boosts your performance in any type of exercise and helps your recovery. This is crucial for preserving strength and muscle mass during a calorie deficit, which is essential for maintaining a healthy metabolism and achieving a lean, toned physique. Metabolic health. The carb and thyroid connection. Carbohydrates play a vital role in supporting metabolic health. The liver requires glucose, derived from carbohydrates, to convert T4 to T3, a crucial thyroid hormone. T3 is a thyroid hormone that plays a significant role in regulating metabolism. When T3 levels are low, the body's metabolic processes tend to slow down, which means that fewer calories are burned at rest, making fat loss more challenging. Research has shown that maintaining carbohydrate intake during a calorie deficit helps sustain T3 levels, which is essential for overall metabolic health. By including carbs in your diet, you support your body's ability to maintain optimal thyroid function, even while in a short-term calorie deficit. Carbs are protein-sparing. When carbs are not available dietarily, the body breaks down muscle tissue to access amino acids, which are then converted to glucose for energy through gluconeogenesis. Moreover, when carbohydrate intake is too low, muscle glycogen becomes depleted, as discussed above, creating a catabolic, breaking down, hormonal environment. This leads to more protein breakdown and less protein synthesis, resulting in slower muscle growth or even muscle loss. Low-carb diets can increase muscle breakdown, as measured by increased urinary nitrogen excretion. During a fat loss program, the goal is to lose fat and minimize muscle loss, not accelerate it. Benefits. It improved diet adherence and satisfaction. Perhaps one of the most underappreciated benefits of including carbohydrates in a fat loss diet is improved adherence. Including carbs in your diet contribute to greater food variety, making meals more enjoyable and satisfying. This increased satisfaction can make it easier to stick to your diet long-term, which is crucial for sustainable weight loss. When you feel less restricted in your food choices, you're more likely to adhere to your diet plan in the long run. Finding a diet approach that you can remain consistent with that is not unnecessarily restrictive will help you avoid the never-ending. Restrict. Binge. Restrict binge. Cycle where you may lose 10 pounds, regain it, lose 10 pounds, regain it. That is not sustainable and is a sign what you are doing isn't working. The problem with not eating carbs. As a weight loss strategy, cutting carbs, while reducing the total number of calories, clearly works pretty well for some people. If it didn't, then Atkins would have never been popular in the first place. Here's the thing, though. Carb reduction costs us. Most of us require some level of carbohydrates to function at our best over the long term. Sure, we can cut carbs temporarily if we need to lose weight quickly. The majority of the initial loss would be water, as already explained. But for most people, keeping carbs too low for too long can have disastrous consequences. This is especially true for those who work out. If you're sedentary, your carb needs are lower. So, you might be able to get away with more restriction. But if you like to exercise regularly and enthusiastically, restricting your carb intake too drastically can lead to decreased thyroid output, increased cortisol output, decreased testosterone, impaired mood and cognitive function, muscle catabolism, suppressed immune function. In other words, your metabolism might slow, your stress hormones go up and your muscle-building hormones go down. You feel lousy, spaced out, sluggish, cranky, and maybe even sick. Most frustrating of all, you probably don't even lose that much weight in the long term. Conclusion: not eating enough carbohydrates can lower T3 levels, disrupt cortisol to testosterone ratios, interfere with a woman's delicate hormone balance, contribute to muscle loss, and prevent muscle gains.